GOG.
GOG. Super Bowl.
After Super Bowl edition.
After Super Bowl. We did the pre-Super Bowl party. Now this is the post party.
Chop it up to review
It's
it.
the post party. Yeah.
Bittersweet. Football is over.
Broke even in that piece.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. You know, you had to bet on KC coming back at the end to get that brand back.
Yeah.
Whichever way to get that brand back.
Yep.
But
Yep. We got
Professor?
40, the Professor, Oakwood Crew, giving y'all live a post game update. Try to marry it to what we thought was gonna happen. It's on you, Professor.
Like we said, me and 40 were big on the fact that we thought it was either going to be
Blowout.
San Francisco blowout, close game, KC would win it. I thought KC's defense would be a factor, which they were. San Francisco's defense that front four showed up. They did put some pressure. They had been non-existent for a couple months.
they started off well.
And they did put some pressure on KC. So shout out to San Francisco's front four. But like we thought, if a close game, KC would win it. San Francisco, the other thing we said is that San Francisco was living on fortune.
Yeah.
I'll say it that way.
Fortuitous events.
Fortuitous events. They were getting lucky.
And luck ran out.
Right.
Their luck
And
ran
this
out.
game, their luck ran out. KC won on some because KC's first touchdown came off of the punt, hitting the guy in the back of the leg. So we talked about San Francisco getting those bounces, the bounce off the face mask.
Against Detroit.
This time it worked against them, and they weren't able. Or San Francisco getting the bounces. Now they didn't get the bounce. So a lot of what we thought would happen happened. Like I said, I didn't see San Francisco putting pressure like they did with just four.
They couldn't get no bounces. Well, they fumbled the ball 5 times. Only got one. They only got one of them.
Mm-hmm.
They made them fumble 5 times.
Yeah.
They only got one. That's tough.
It
That's
is.
tough to duplicate.
Especially in a big game, not a regular season Thursday night game, the Super Bowl. You know?
One of their best players jumps in the air, excited, tore Achilles.
I couldn't believe when I saw that.
He was controlling the game the first
He was
5
he was
plays.
the reason that he was controlling the game for real.
Yeah.
He was.
He was the energy. He was the energy for everybody, right?
Yeah. Him and Warner played downhill.
Yep.
It literally is like they're playing down a hill.
Warner was over there getting out the way and let him get to it.
Yeah.
Early, he was like, "Oh, you gotta go get that.
Yeah.
And leave it by you. We good, but you know what I'm saying." But hey, he had all the energy. Wow,
Wow, that went away.
that hurt.
They
Debo.
scored that next drive. The Kansas City scored the next drive, didn't they?
They got a field goal.
Yeah. Because they was getting shut out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were. Brock Purdy, disappointing to me. I can't say disappointing. He is who he is.
He played clean though.
He plays clean. I like Brock Purdy.
We
But
had
it's-
one of those is when he throw an interception. I think I'm gonna ask you on air. You said yeah, he would throw one. He didn't, which it surprised me also.
I said he would.
Yeah, I thought he would throw one
and he
interception
didn't.
also.
But easy to do when you don't
you don't
throw the
throw
ball
it.
downfield. That's why I hate comparing completion percentage and quarterback ratings of guys now versus guys in the 80s, 90s, 70s. The Brock Purdy issue is that I didn't see him complete passes where the ball was thrown 15 yards or more down the field other than 2
Yeah.
that I remember. And it makes it, it's like at some point, you're going to have to throw downfield. He missed Brandon Ayuk.
Well, he missed him.
Ayuk is the one the Debo miss.
The Debo missed with the dude in his
Debo
face.
miss, he had dude in his
Yeah.
face. You still got to make a way. You still have to throw that off your back foot.
That's a hot potato though, because he turned. He didn't know the boy was gonna be there. So it's like you know how like keep away, and it's like I gotta get rid of that. That was one of them like
He came in unblocked. Too.
Unblocked. But
Yeah.
we've seen Jordan Love make that throw.
He throw that ball. He had to throw the ball where it wasn't getting intercepted because that's an interception ball right there. Well,
We've seen other quarterbacks back foot that. I just like his inability, and it's not saying he's still a good quarterback. Don't get me wrong, but against Kansas City's defense, you were going to have to make some throws downfield.
All right, look, right. To clear everything up from a point of view, he was up 3 in overtime.
Yeah, he was.
You understand? People
By
got to understand you're up 3 in overtime, and all defense got to do is stop what's
That
called
too, the
any win the
defense couldn't
championship.
get to stop.
So it's not like,
No, it's
he
not
didn't do
like
exactly what he had to do, but he didn't do all the things he could have done
he did
to
everything
win
he
that
could
game.
He left a lot of
He
meat
left
on
things
the
on
bone.
the day.
He left a lot of meat on the bone with those. Again, even the drives to tie the game, or the drive to go ahead, and then the drive to go ahead in overtime. It was run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
It was some swing passes, some short crossing routes, and then that scramble throw that he made to Juszczyk, which was a much better play by Juszczyk than the quarterback. But if he gets to that point, and the reason I say this is because Brock Purdy's only been a starter for a year and a half.
Right.
So when and if he gets
Literally,
to that point,
We got to remember he's young.
so yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He has a
He's-
lot of responsibility
everything
for
I'm
our
saying
younger.
about him is saying that okay, he can get more accurate downfield with confidence. Maybe get another receiver that can stretch the field a little more to open things up downfield.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that.
That's but the inexperience showed on offense at the end when they couldn't get it in, and the Chiefs did. Pause. But the Chiefs got it in.
Right.
They got it in.
They did it.
They knew how to get it in.
Yeah.
That game shook out, like we were saying in the preview. I didn't have a dog in the fight on what a good game. We was going through the storylines that could have happened. Like as far as Brock Purdy, only been in the league a year and a half. When Mahomes was in the league a year and a half, he won the Super Bowl. So it's a different type of cat.
Mm-hmm.
And then as far as that game went, I thought it would definitely go over. And with a score in this first quarter, it looked it bad. It ended up being a push or wherever you had it, a half or whatever. They ended up scoring 47, however which way they did it. But the storyline that we was talking about that I indicated before the game was at the end of the day, on these Super Bowls, somebody go up double digits and they lose. And this game was the exact same thing that happened 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. San Fran went up double digits, they lost. San Fran quarterback had a wide open receiver at the 5-yard line, and he overthrew him.
Nah, I don't think it's the same thing, but I feel that's sort of like saying dude missed the layup, open layup, and then the other one missed the layup because Mutombo was there. It's two different misses.
It's two different misses, but it's the same thing.
It's two different misses.
Yeah, it's two different. It's the same thing. It's
Yeah,
ironic. It's ironic that a KC defender comes clean when you got a wide open receiver that's about to cross the 5-yard line and it's incomplete. And that could have put him up at the end of the game, just like 5 years ago.
Well, no, I'm talking even earlier though. He missed Debo in the end zone, not the one. Okay, yeah, the
was the
Debo one, and then he had the one on third down on the field goal drive where he had to throw it over the guy's head. I think that wasn't Debo that was cutting out. That could have been a touchdown.
That was Jennings.
That was
The
Jennings.
Jennings throw I don't put on Brock Purdy.
That was Jennings. But
the Debo one I put on Brock
I saw
Purdy.
2 throws that Chris Jones was right in his face.
yeah,
There was
but
the
that's
Jennings one, and then there's one where he had a fade to the back pylon, and he threw it, but he overthrew it.
He overthrew it. That was Debo.
Okay, yeah.
And then the Ayuk throw at the end of the first quarter, where he threw it on the wrong side and overthrew him.
True.
Where he did have a little bit of time, but
I know what you're doing, yeah.
and that's where
When he was wide open, and then he just stopped running, kind of.
look with caution because
Stop running. Yeah.
the two throws.
I don't
I'm
know how
talking
you
about-
had enough time to.
well he was on there. It came to the wrong way. He adjusted.
The two throws
to
I'm
see all
talking
these
about.
plays when you had all these broads around you.
Hey,
All
that's-
you see all these
listen,
plays.
man.
Yeah, the two throws I'm talking about.
You've been to my house. You know I can multitask. When I got
You go
5
about that
games
dad,
on
you go
at
about
the
that
same time,
dad.
I got a lot of practice.
Yeah. The two throws I'm talking about, there wasn't easy throws,
No.
but the guy was open. And the 40's point about Mutombo, yeah, if he there, it's harder to make that layup, but Jordan didn't have a problem with it. Like you said earlier, Jordan Love had made them throws when somebody was in his face. and he got out there instead of throwing out of bounds. So that's how it shook out. And then the other point I had made was
Who made the catch? Christian? Who made that catch when Jordan Love made that throw?
Who knows?
That dude, that big 6'5" dude that jumps. I mean, it's a difference in
Well,
catch.
I mean, you see him do that a lot, like throw off his back foot.
He almost special. He ain't special yet.
Yeah, a lot of quarterbacks throw off.
He does
the
a couple.
back foot.
He does a couple of things that
Baker Mayfield, I've seen throw
Yeah.
off his back foot before, and he's not special. But
so at the end of the day,
he does.
Hey,
Hey, Bank. Hey, Bank. Hey, I'm with you, Bank.
I'm with Baker, but he's
I'm
not
with
special.
you, Bank.
Hey, you
He
remember-
he got to be special. He gonna have another starting job.
you
How
remember,
many of them? How many of those? It's only 32 of them, right?
Amongst the 32, he's not special. But yeah, you got to be special.
Yeah,
to
but
be-
so
Yeah,
I feel
yeah,
what
yeah.
you saying, but
Yeah,
among the 32,
definitely.
but he one of the 30.
Yeah, then you
You
gotta
gotta
give
give him that.
anybody props.
Yeah.
when we was talking about the analysis, we had analysis, and then we had something else, then we had the pick. What was it called? The analysis, and then you got the
Keys to the game.
We had keys to the game, and then
keys.
the
Yeah, there you go.
analysis.
Yeah, there you go. So we went through that now, and we have pointed out that KC had a much harder journey to the Super Bowl. So in this game right here, if things go haywire, I trust KC more because that's what they do, and that's what happened. They down 3 in overtime. I got to score something, and they end up scoring a touchdown.
Yeah, all the time.
So the analysis actually came through.
Easy drive for them. You know?
Yeah, I mean that's almost the most pressure you can have. Overtime in the Super Bowl, you got to score something. If it's 4 down, you don't get it. As a matter of fact, other thing that we talked about too was, you remember I told you I thought it'd go over because you got 2 schemers on both sidelines, and they're gonna scheme somebody right when they need to. And when on that 4th down, when Mahomes ran for 10 yards, that scheme was, and somebody seen in the booth that Bosa crashed down on the dive play. You're not supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? And no league, the defense end supposed to have outside containment. He crashed down, so when Mahomes went over, he had 3 options. He could run. If Kelsey get naked, he could throw it. I think Rice was open 5 yards further, but it was all green for Mahomes. So the safest play in any football game, just run the ball, don't even throw it. And they schemed that. They schemed that last touchdown to win the game.
Oh,
They
yeah,
schemed
to
that
Hardman.
out. Yeah, they like last year they schemed out against Philly.
Bosa crashed down because he wanted him to run. He wanted, because he didn't think he'd actually run and get that yard.
Yeah,
They
didn't
wanted a
want
chance to
Pacheco-
get hit.
Pacheco
They
went
wanted to be able
hard,
to lay their hands on it, right?
Yeah.
But
So he had. I mean, they had Patrick Mahomes is special amongst the all-time greats.
Bosa,
So in a room of Hall of Fame quarterbacks, he's
he's
special.
there.
He's there.
Yeah, he's there.
You don't look at him like sideways at all.
No, I'm just saying he
In a
got
room of
schemed. They
Hall of
schemed the
Fame.
heck out of them cats, man.
Yeah.
Especially that last drive. Especially that fourth down play. Like,
4th down.
A lot of things. You gotta give peace to the boy. I mean, a lot of things happen. Greenlaw. I think they lost a lot of momentum that you could see, but you won't recognize because if you're watching it, you just don't realize how he started off, and he was their whole momentum. And then now they had to figure out a new thing. They didn't get the same pressure they did. Even though Greenlaw wouldn't get the pressure, Greenlaw with the energy, and they weren't the same. They weren't exactly the same thing.
They had Greenlaw and Kelsey too.
Say that.
Bracketing
yeah.
Kelsey and Warner on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Warner and Greenlaw on Kelsey. And the backup had to come in. And he probably.
And the backup, who we don't know the name.
And that's one of the keys that I
Maybe he
said.
didn't know. Maybe he didn't. But it's still Travis Kelsey. He's gonna.
Yeah, he's gonna kill the average cat.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
But that was one of my keys is when we talked about Super Bowl history, when your strength and their strength collide. And we talked about how Dan Marino, passing guy, in the Super Bowl against the best secondary of all time. And that's what I said. Okay, you got Travis Kelsey against 2 great inside linebackers. One of them gets hurt, and that changes everything.
But I also said he had to get 9 catches and something close to 100 yards to win this game. Remember, I said he can't do that. And this is what he got.
And he
They broke out and did that.
Yeah.
And all that accumulated after Greenlaw got hurt.
All that accumulated after
Yeah,
Greenlaw.
so-
God.
And I'm not saying we know what would or would not, but I'm just saying that
Woulda,
hurts.
coulda. Yeah, a lot of
I mean,
woulda,
I can
coulda,
see
Jones,
the way that
but
Greenlaw
hurt.
but don't. Hey,
Yeah.
but
I
we
see
all
the way
know.
he played, I thought they were gonna run away with the game.
Yeah.
And he got hurt.
But
No, it's
we
good.
play sports enough to know certain things can change something,
Yeah.
even if it's just a little bit. And in this game, the little bit really counted too, just a little bit.
You're right. Because on top of that, 40 is that play I'm talking about with Bosa crashing down. I remember seeing the replay when he did crash down, and Mahomes had the ball. When Bosa turned around, he had his hands up like, where is somebody supposed to field that in? And whoever filled in for Greenlaw, I know Warner was on that side. Warner took the outside receiver for some reason to shut him down. He had them blocked down.
Yeah.
But when Bosa ran in, I mean, what I know football, defense ain't supposed to crash on a dive. But he went. But when he looked up and he seen, oh boy, hit the corner butt naked. You can see in the replay, he had his hands up like somebody's supposed to fill that gap, and nobody was there. He just took off. He got his 10 yards.
When it comes to Bosa, though, we were just talking about earlier before on camera. We were talking about cats like Troy and Bosa does exactly what he wants to because he goes off instinct.
Yeah.
Bosa probably was like about to blow up Pacheco, and your boy chose not to give it to Pacheco at the
He made
time.
sure he was gonna make a
Right.
wrong
And then
choice.
whoever, but they got a whole lot of players, and Greenlaw is one of them. They got a whole lot of players that make up for the decisions that other people make, though. They have all of that. And then when they nine all together, it's almost a wheel on defense, too.
And then the tackles have been doing a great job. And then they kind of disappeared on Mahomes saw that alley on that 20 yard whatever
That was a long run, too.
That run changed the game. I think that run kind of took the wind out of the sails.
But they still had to score. You're right.
They still had to score.
Yep.
But that run,
Yeah, but
Yep.
it changed
Yeah.
the field position and how
everything.
Like
it
you
was a
expect that out
whole
of
new
Jackson.
thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, you
'Cause it
expect
put-
that out of Jackson, not out of Mahomes, and he did it anyway.
He does that often too. But yeah, he'll often break runs like that. But when you do that, now when you get there, all the pressure's off the offense. Because at the 35-yard line, it's like, okay, we got Buckner.
Yep.
We don't have to. We can get this field
Right.
goal with Buckner.
And it also,
you get
it
to
also
the
opens the
15.
playbook to ridiculous stuff.
Yep.
You know how they do because you never
whole
know what's
playbook
going to
opens
come
up.
because
It's gonna
if
come.
it doesn't work, we're kicking the field goal anyway.
But when you get to the 15, now it's not like we have Buckner. It's like we got
to score.
They
yeah.
can call
We
me
came
to
here.
make that.
Yeah.
So
This is what became home.
now it's like, let's get this ball in the end zone, and the defense, all the pressure's on them now.
Yep.
Because they're trying to just stay in the game for a tie.
Yep.
So I'll tell you what, though, I think that was the best Super Bowl ever.
Now,
Whoa.
I
since
think
you,
it was the best Super Bowl ever.
Since you said
Not
that-
being a prisoner of the moment either.
yeah, since you said that, what y'all feel about? And it's some right wing people saying, "Oh, that was the most horrible Super Bowl
It's a rugby.
because of Taylor Swift.
Jason,
It was horrible." Now, one guy at the show he said it, but then he brought in the dude.
Taylor Swift.
Hold
What
on,
does she have
hold
to
on.
do
He,
with it?
when his special exactly.
Was she shooting with me in the gym?
Exactly.
What place she
That
run?
don't make it a
What
bad
place she
Super Bowl
run?
because they showed Taylor Swift.
Exactly. So, and one of his guests
Let me
is a
get a
dude
small swig.
one of his guests, a dude I respected till
That's enough.
until 2 days ago, was the coach from Last Chance U. When they was down in I think Mississippi or whatever,
Wow,
I forget his name. He's like, that game was horrible, and the host was talking about Taylor Swift up there with Ice Spice, and Ice Spice is making demonic hand gestures while she in there. Why was she in there? This whole thing was a farce. It was
Who's paying attention to that during the Super Bowl?
Exactly.
I'm watching the game.
Exactly. I'm sitting there. I'm watching this. I'm seeing something else. I'm like, who's saying this is the worst Super Bowl? That game. I mean, it started out defensively, which a
That was a good
lot of
game.
people don't see, but that's part of the game. And then it heated up. You know what I mean? Then it heated up. So I don't see.
Heated up.
And there wasn't no bad ref calls where you can be like, oh, the game turned on that. It was, to me, the ref was invisible.
only been
They
known.
played. You know what I
No,
mean?
they did exactly what I thought
Both
they was.
teams were
They
getting
don't call.
away with
They don't
holding,
call.
but they were both
Right,
getting
but
away
I
with
said
it.
that.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah,
I said they're gonna let this shit go. There's a lot of things they're gonna let go.
That.
I don't know if it's the best, but it definitely was entertaining.
So what's the better ones? I think the the year Seattle and New England played, I didn't like the outcome, but that was a really good game.
The outcome was supposed to be what the outcome was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And that whole game was crazy.
Yeah. That whole game was crazy. That was up there.
Hey,
But it also had to do. But sometimes a game and atmosphere you watch a game make you the best show too. So you might have a different perspective on the game. I was steadily getting sick watching the game. Like I was.
where you watch that game at?
Huh?
Where you watch that game at?
Oh, that one. I'm talking about like this Sunday game, but the Seattle game I watched in L.A.
Where was you at?
For that Seattle game?
Yeah.
I was at a party.
Okay.
Same party I was at this year.
Yeah, watch the same thing.
So,
I was at El Cortez.
Shout out to El Cortez.
I was at El Cortez where I had quote unquote access to $30,000 and only put $100 on the game because it wasn't my money. But yeah, so it was 0-0 at 0-0 first quarter, just like this game.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, we could just put all that on the under, and then they scored 1,000 points into that. I'm like, oh god, glad we didn't make that bet.
That Patriots
that Philly game was all right.
That Philly game,
Patriots
I was going to say that was second.
Yeah.
The Philly special game in the 17 season. That was up there. The Panthers Patriots Super Bowl, the 2003 season was up there.
What about
Deion when he played for the Cowboys? That was a good one. Not the one he played for San Fran. Deion was over there doing. Just getting hired to win Super Bowls for a while, man.
Yeah, he was.
What about
him and Charles Haley? Charles Haley was going back and forth between San Francisco and Dallas.
Y'all not gonna talk about Super Bowl 13? Dallas and Pittsburgh? That was
let me be
fire.
real.
That was fire.
Let me look at the camera on this. Super Bowl 13 was entertaining for the time.
That was fire.
But it wasn't close. Super Bowl 13 got close when the game was out of hand.
True.
The game, it was 35-17.
Yeah.
What we talking about? We talking about the Cowboys? My dude dropped the ball.
Jackson Smith.
It was 35-17.
Yeah, it was.
Pittsburgh goes into prevent. Dallas scores, gets an onside kick, and scores again.
Okay.
And the game, but I'm like, wasn't.
But if he catches the ball, it's time, right?
No, he dropped the ball earlier in the game.
Yeah.
So if he catches the ball, I don't think Pittsburgh lets them score, goes into prevent.
That's true.
And lets them get that second touchdown.
On the rewatch, you're right.
You know what I mean?
But I liked that game, man.
Not saying we don't know, but I'm just saying Pittsburgh wouldn't have just been sitting back, letting them come down the field if they were only down by 7.
Well,
but since they were down by 10, it was like, 11 because there was no 2 points at the time, but they were down 11. So Pittsburgh is playing a totally different game.
That's true.
Well, my thing, New England was supposed to be the best Super Bowl ever, the one where they were undefeated. That was supposed to be a monster. That was supposed to be a monster. It was a good one, but it was supposed to be monster. It was supposed to be like 380 yards, 5. They were supposed to win by. He didn't throw the ball until he needed to in the very last dog. Like y'all messed that whole Super Bowl up. The only time I was gonna root for the cat.
And when they beat the Giants in Week 15, that's when Tom hit 500. He hit Moss like 70 yards down the sidelines. Yeah. And number 37 for the Giants was chasing him. I'm like, oh, they gonna make him a household name. They're gonna eat him up. And like 40 just said, they ain't throw it to him to the end.
The Giants did that. Speaking of that, I wanted to get into this though. That was one of the better defensive playoff runs I've ever seen.
Yes.
The 07 Giants, I'll put up there.
Who did run through in the playoffs on their side?
They beat. Even the last 2 games because they beat. They beat Green Bay. This is when Brett Favre was still there. Brett Favre's last year there, but they had a nice offense. The Patriots had a high-powered offense
and a good defense.
Yeah, but I'm just saying on defense, the Chiefs' defense this year.
That's crazy.
They played.
No, talk about name defense. No name defense. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But the Chiefs played Miami's offense. Mm-hmm. They played Josh Allen. They played Lamar Jackson.
Yep.
And then San Francisco. So,
yep.
That's
the 13 Seahawks. But like, you look at a team the 84 49ers, I think of the Giants, and then this year, some of the other defenses that got a lot of credit, like the 85 Bears defensive
they
run.
two shutouts, didn't they?
Yeah, but it wasn't impressive. You played.
85 Bears was cold because
What I'm saying,
nobody knew what they was doing.
the playoff run, I'm saying, wasn't impressive.
The
You
two
shut
shutouts?
down.
You talking about the Bears?
Okay, you shut down Steve, the quarterback tandem.
But you got to
of
remember.
Rogan and Eason. I'm
But you have
talking
to
about
remember the
impressive.
side was horrible. That whole NFC side was horrible.
And the NFC, who did they play in the playoffs in the NFC? They played. Jack Kemp was playing quarterback for the Rams in that game.
And who
That
they
was-
beat?
wasn't that Ferragamo?
And who they beat?
No, Kemp played.
And who they beat in the playoffs? They weren't supposed to play. They weren't supposed to play them in the Super Bowl either. Though.
Yeah,
Was
yeah.
that was New England. They
That
beat.
was New England. They
Again?
they avoided
Was
Dan
that East?
Marino.
Who made that?
Eason and then
Eason.
Grogan played too.
They beat Miami.
Oh, didn't
they
Eason
beat
beat
Miami.
them?
Hold
Lights
up, wasn't
off
Eason?
Miami.
Wasn't Eason part of the that draft
83
with all
draft.
them?
Yep.
Yeah.
So the only person that didn't make it was the dude that went to the Jets. Huh?
Ken O'Brien.
Ken O'Brien was the only one that didn't make
Yeah.
the Super Bowl out of all them. Huh?
But that Super Bowl was supposed to be Bears Dolphins rematch.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
what it was supposed to be.
That's
Yeah.
why I'm saying I can't give them because of who they played.
yeah,
Their
I got
run.
you.
I'm not comparing defenses. I'm saying their playoff run.
yeah,
Same thing with the Ravens in 2000.
yeah.
Wasn't overly impressed
Yeah.
that you shut down
Sorry,
Kerry
sorry,
Collins.
yeah.
You shut down the Raiders when Rich Gannon left in the first quarter.
Yeah,
All right, but these guys.
Who KC Who KC beat last year?
Philadelphia.
Huh?
Philadelphia.
They
They
beat Philly.
beat Philly,
Wow.
in the Super Bowl.
but they gave up a lot of points.
They
though.
schemed the offense schemed
They're
some
all
stuff up.
rookies.
That was entertaining.
That was
Hey,
all
Bro, I'm
rookie
saying
games.
That was
Super
entertaining,
Bowl was
dog. That was
entertaining. Yeah,
entertaining.
but I'm saying as far as
Yeah, that was
defensive
actually
runs,
the most offensive entertaining.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
that
what I'm saying.
Super
See?
Bowl, but the
They went
defensive
back
run
and forth.
wasn't
They
as
kept
good.
Going back and forth.
But that-
So
that
to a
was
guy
that-
like me, this Super Bowl was more entertaining.
I think
To people that
Last
like
year,
points,
they did it on a
last
penalty.
year.
I couldn't respect it after they ended the game on a penalty.
Yeah.
So it
it was a good. It was the right penalty, but whatever you want to
You
say.
can't
You
just
gotta let them play.
how you can't
Come
let
on,
people
man.
play.
Hey.
Do and improve. I hope you
I
never
look.
become a referee.
If that wasn't
'Cause
like
you'd be like the
final,
other
maybe
ones.
I know
that'd
it.
that'd be a good call. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
I don't care if the game's on the line. The rules are rules.
the way it played out this year was weird, but I mean the overtime. Boom, boom.
You know, there's only been 2 overtimes.
They ran the same play to win. You do know they ran the same play to win both Super Bowls.
Right.
Schemed, yup.
The same
They
thing.
schemed.
The same exact play.
Because they
Just
saw
on the other
defense-
side.
They saw the defense look the same way.
Yep,
Like, okay, this dude ain't coming with him.
yep.
12 months later, dog, ran the same play.
Same.
Same Super Bowl.
To New and Improve's point, though, Super Bowl V went into overtime.
Oh, they did.
Super Bowl V, the Colts and the
Cowboys.
Cowboys. But that game
The
was
announcers lied to me. Then they said there was only 2. This was the second one. That's what they said.
What's the other one you thinking about?
The 28-3 when they beat.
Oh
Falcons.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the third one then.
that
Yeah, that's
that
right.
game was sloppy though. Super Bowl V.
Yeah.
Super Bowl V was sloppy, and let's make sure it was overtime and they didn't just win on the last second field goal.
Look,
Because if you
But
remember,
that game, they kept fumbling and interception.
yeah, it was a bunch of turnovers. And then
Yeah.
back then, I think it wasn't until Super Bowl, because they played the whole game was in sunlight. It was no lights. And then at some point in time, they moved the kickoff to 6 o'clock Eastern, no matter what. But that game there, the first Super Bowl, second Super Bowl, third Super Bowl, it was all sunlight.
but if
Like
you
Super Bowl
if you
was
did
3
like
o'clock.
this game,
But
I think the Super Bowl
that
gonna be
Super
more
Bowl
entertaining.
V might have ended on the last second field goal.
the Super Bowl gonna get more. I think the Super Bowl is gonna get more entertaining every year, man.
Me too.
No, that was a very good Super Bowl. Yeah.
Hey, the league in trouble because
Just because of who gonna be engineering and be quarterbacks for these teams that you know gonna be. It's gonna be some crazy people being quarterback.
That's why I like this Super Bowl because I don't care who was playing offense. These defenses came to play. They were like, you are not about to put up
They
what
did.
you did last year in that Super Bowl.
They did. They did.
But yeah, shout out to New
They
and
were supposed to
Improved.
be there
So
last year too, because when
Yeah.
Brock Purdy threw his arm out, you know what I'm saying?
we'll see if they would have. We don't know if they would have
It's
been.
supposed to be Philly.
Pause on
They would
that.
have
They would have beat Philly.
I don't think they would have.
We just gonna put it down for the GOG and they would have beat Philly. That's a GOG stamp.
They was going crazy last year.
We should send them something from the GOG NFC Championship T-shirt
From last year, like man, you was supposed to be in the Super Bowl last year too.
2022.
San Fran figure out. They always figure out how to lose the Super Bowl, man. I swear, they had Randy Moss. They kept on going to Crabtree. Randy Moss running in the back of the end zone. You got Crabtree. You got Randy Moss. You got Crabtree.
Forgot
He
about
took the
that.
Crabtree 9 times in a row.
Crabtree,
You got
man.
Randy Moss. Randy Moss is gonna catch everything you throw to him. Just throw the ball in the bag. He in the back of the end
One
zone.
of them,
Hey, throw the ball to.
throw the ball to him.
Crabtree
And that was
found out
Kaepernick. He
that
could
That's
throw
the
it
end.
there.
That's the end of the game right there.
Yeah.
Who they play that year?
Baltimore.
Baltimore. That was a
Oh,
great
And they
Super
probably
Bowl.
cheated
That was
somehow because the lights went out.
Okay.
They were down by 90, and then they came back and was right there at the goal line about to score.
So we had 2 overtime Super Bowls, which was you said the Falcons and the Patriots.
Yeah.
Then we had like Super Bowl 5 that was won on the last play. We also had the Rams and the Patriots came down to the
Field
kick.
goal. Super Bowl
Last year
20.
technically was
Bills
the
and
last.
Giants.
What was
came
the
in.
what was
last
the
year.
Titans? What was the Titans do?
The
Right down the
Titans
very last
that
play.
came down to the
Boom, boom,
last
boom.
play.
Oh, the
Almost
Reach.
scored.
The reach,
Yeah.
which was Inspector Gadget wouldn't have made that.
Yeah.
Like, he would have had to have a long arm.
And that was just to tie it up. A lot of people keep forgetting it.
Yeah, that was
Gonna
to
win.
tie it
That'd have been
That was
OT
tied
though.
up.
That would it would have been on OT.
Yeah, so it's been a lot of last second, lot of last. That was just my favorite one, just because of the way the defenses played against good offenses. So you got a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you.
In the pregame, we was talking about KC having no-name defense. I can only name one dude on the defense and one of the DBs. And then after watching it, all them DBs was balling.
Yeah,
and they
they
got
were
a
all
giant
pro.
dude shaped like a block, number 95. Not 95.
Yeah, Chris
KC.
Jones.
No, KC got a big dude, giant dude. Like he just looked like he just woke up eating rocks and shit. I forget his name now, but he was. I was like, oh, I've seen all these cats they had. I didn't know their names. Kalafala or whatever. All these cats. Like, oh, that's who they are.
32.
Karlaftis,
I know 32.
Yeah.
I know 32 for KC. You know what I'm saying?
Or is he 56? I'm
Huh?
sorry.
Justin Reed,
No, he 59.
Nah,
not the safety,
nah.
linebacker.
I think that he plays safety and linebacker.
He's the white dude.
Nah, it ain't Justin Reed. Justin Reed still play for them?
He just got there this year.
Number 32.
22. He might be 22.
22. Yeah, 32 or
Yeah,
something.
but
like that.
21 and 38, those corners,
Number 7.
they can play.
Yeah.
Their corners can play. And
They're
they show
the best
up.
cornerback in the league. Right now.
That's the problem. You got to be
Who
scared.
is?
They're apparently the best
38?
secondary in the league.
Oh, Sneed and
Sneed.
And they all second, third year cats. Because last
That's-
year
that's
all
scary,
rookies.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
last year
that's
they
what I'm
were
saying. They all
But you don't got to
rookies.
pay him yet?
Yep.
And well, no, you got to pay Sneed. They talking about it right now. They got to pay Sneed or Chris. So one of them might have to go.
paying both.
You gotta get Chris Jones. I'm not gonna lie. Chris Jones. Every time something's on the line, he's there. He's
Yeah,
always making
You're
it.
right.
They
You
said
ain't
he
lying.
saved 3
I actually hate
touchdowns.
him. Like, it doesn't matter.
You
what
are
he's
not
doing.
lying.
Yeah.
He'll be sitting on the sideline the entire game, but if you need
Yeah.
a game winning,
Well, how old is Chris Jones, man?
I don't know.
I can't keep on giving Chris Jones all this bread,
I
man.
don't know. I would pay
Even though you've been
every
saving
time
it,
they
you
give
won
him-
3.
He saved the game every game.
I would pay him both.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
to your point though, McDuffie is all first. Wasn't McDuffie first team All Pro 21?
Chris Jones is 29 years old.
But
Oh,
McDuffie.
Chris Jones only 29?
He got
Oh, hey, you got to pay him.
Look up McDuffie's. McDuffie was first team All Pro, right?
Yeah,
But-
So if
yeah.
you let Snead go, you still have a first team All Pro corner. I just don't like. I just like having all of them.
Is Snead University of Texas? That same Snead?
I don't know where he went.
Because them dudes back there, man, they was sound. They let nobody got over the top.
No, he played for Louisiana Tech.
I tell you what, though, man, that corner Snead and McDuffie, they are the best tandem. No shade to my sensitive Browns fans behind the camera.
DBs ain't
and
like
out
that.
there watching. But
The
the Browns have good DBs, but they aren't like that when they play good offense.
Yeah, they got toasted against Texas.
They got toasted every year.
They get toasted every time.
They-
It's not a hurt third string
If
quarterback.
they're not faking injuries and shit, then
Yeah.
they get toasted. You know,
Yeah,
they like Cortland Sutton.
but they look
Oh,
great.
yeah.
They look great against Clayton Tune. And when they played
The Jets.
Kenny Pickett, they look sound.
Yeah.
When they played the Jets, who a Boyle. Yeah, but they give up a little bit. Yeah, KC's gonna have to find a way to keep him.
Yeah, they got a young defense, and of course, people gonna want to come play with Mahomes and the spot open up. So I'll
So-
take the minimum to come over here with y'all.
Let me ask you this though.
I know we're gonna go over there too. I bet you I know one of them.
Because I'm gonna ask you a question first.
Oh.
T. Higgins.
I'm going right. I was going right there,
But hold up.
but it's not gonna be that. It's gonna be the other one. It's gonna go end up being over there.
But T.
Chase?
Boy,
Oh, okay.
You take T. Higgins now. If you can't see,
if I can't see, I take T again.
would you take T. Higgins and let Chris Jones and
Oh,
Snead go?
No, no.
What about one?
First of all, I
them?
don't think T Higgins is going nowhere.
What if you take T. Higgins and let one of them go?
No.
Okay.
Since he can't keep all three of them,
No, I think Boy. I think
they will.
I think they gonna pay. I think they gonna pay the Cats, and then Boyd is gonna go over there, and then Boyd gonna have a chance to be a number one since he's been a number 3 for the last, and
Yeah.
a number 2 sometime when people got hurt, and that's still gonna be better. People gonna be like, oh, they just got Boyd. That's still gonna be better than they had since they
So
left.
they have Boyd and Rasheed Rice.
And
that'll
that's
be
how they
right.
gonna do
She right.
it. Because you know they don't go big. It's not gonna be a big splash. So it's just Boyd. But Boyd can catch the ball.
He can catch
That's
the
the
ball.
thing about Boyd.
That's gonna open.
He
it
catches
up for
everything.
MVS. And
Then you have Rice who's gonna be working with Mahomes because he like him now.
what
Boom.
about Tony?
They'll be all right.
Tony out?
Tony, you're never gonna see Tony again, dog.
Nah, he got
gonna
something.
get
He
him.
freaky.
They gave him a Super Bowl check. His Super Bowl check came by pigeons.
Yeah, they didn't even have his account for direct deposit.
They weren't even direct deposit. That shit came.
He got a paper check, man.
That shit came by
US
carrier pigeon, dog.
USPS. They didn't FedEx it.
Did they sign it at least? They at least signed it?
It's gonna cash, but it was USPS.
T. Higgins is the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you just give a, hey, there's one thing Cincinnati is not ever gonna let happen.
Yeah, you can't.
And, hey, you're right. Hey, you gonna go ride over? No, they ain't gonna let that happen. T gonna get paid. Chase gonna get paid. Boy gotta go. He ain't gonna get paid. Boyd is probably the one that they pick up.
Is that the only person they lose?
Yeah, because then they have Irwin and them other young guys that they can play in the Boyd role.
I'm talking about for defense and stuff. Like they got anybody that can.
I know. How long can they keep Hubbard and
They all young, man. Hubbard still play for. Hubbard, we talking about Cincy or which coach?
Cincy.
Oh,
They lost Jesse Bates to Atlanta this year.
they did.
So
So they got Hendrickson and Hubbard.
They're nice. But
First of all,
I don't
they
think
think- Over there, they think Cincy can score 60 points. You know that, right?
Yeah.
So they getting rid of. They defense is getting worse and worse every year.
Every
That's what I'm
year.
saying.
But
So-
they trying to. They should keep Boyd, huh?
I didn't even think their defense was good.
But
they
hey,
made the Super Bowl.
hey, they defense. Joe Mixon got better. He was like this: up, down, up.
Joe
And
Mixon
Joe
is
Mixon
a
getting
baller.
better and better and better ever since old boy came. So
He's a baller.
He's cool. He's cool.
scary.
Yeah, he's a baller.
He's cool.
With your boy at with Joe at quarterback.
Yeah, with Joe there, you know, it's a different team.
I'll tell you what, man.
But the defense is not good. Like I don't know.
They were not bad when
But they can score 40 though.
But when he went out, they
like
were not
for real,
bad.
score 40.
But when they made the
Have you ever seen
They were
why
not
you stop
bad.
him when he playing?
when they made the Super
That's the
Bowl,
problem.
Yeah.
they
When he
did
went
one
out.
stop. When they hit the Super Bowl, they
Yeah.
did one
But
stop.
when they went to
could've
the
been.
Super Bowl, he wasn't scoring. The Tennessee game, they didn't score a lot of points, and they got the game-winning field goal off of Tannehill's interception. Like they weren't just
That's a hard game.
coming downfield.
That's a hard game.
That was when their defense
Tennessee
was
is
good.
always a hard
I didn't
game.
think their defense was good, but
The
They
defense
run-
took them to the Super Bowl.
They run the clock.
better
They
than
run the
defense
clock.
Now, though.
Yeah.
They run the clock like they play man
They
in real
were
life.
scoring 30 going to that Super Bowl. They weren't lighting people up.
Tennessee run the clock for real.
Tennessee, yeah. No
They
disrespect to
use
Tennessee.
like they playing Madden. They call timeout during the first quarter with 1 second left on the clock. Like, hold on, hold up. All the time going off that shit. We gonna run something else, boo.
That's why Pittsburgh.
You ain't never
took
gonna
Arthur
you ain't
Smith.
gonna get no love playing against Tennessee, man. They use it all. They run the ball every nigga 9 out of 10 times. Their problem is they can't score. So no, see what I'm saying? So they need you not to score.
Yeah, but yeah, it's gonna. Hey, let's shift to next year a little bit. Any bold predictions for next year?
You can't really do it after.
You
Free
can,
agency, right?
and the draft, free agency, and the draft.
Yeah.
The shit we just talked about.
I mean, if everything's the same right now, then I mean, the Bengals, they should have a better season. Like, that's not really breaking news, though.
That's not breaking news.
Well, since you're going that route,
Chargers gonna have a better season.
Okay, the Chargers can make the playoffs.
All right, I'm gonna call breaking.
Chargers have a better season.
I'm gonna call breaking news right now.
Okay.
Chargers. I don't know about this. I don't know about 24, but in the next couple years, I think they're gonna make a deep playoff run with a different quarterback. That's my deep. That's my bold
What?
prediction.
Oh boy, gonna retire or something?
No, he might get hurt. No, he ain't gonna retire. They ain't gonna get rid of him. But he might get hurt, and they might be able to. I could just see Harbaugh just still making it work.
Harbaugh over there, like, look, we gonna make sure you good.
Yeah.
One of them,
Yeah.
hey, Mike Williams and Keenan gonna be in the room, and he be like, "How many games y'all played in the last 5 years? You first. Okay, you played 80% of the game. How much you play? 75. All right, you go. we gonna trade you. We gonna get some young cats that play all the time.
Damn.
All right, boom.
Yeah.
Hey, he
Then
can't
they
be
go
having
from-
all these cats
No.
that miss the games because they run the offense off
Those
these tall
guys.
cats, and then they got these sorry cats, and they can't run the offense of them.
5 heartbeats. He said, I write the songs in 5-part harmony. You need all the cats there.
And then they might take. I can see him doing the Tennessee trade for
You think it's
your
Derrick Henry?
boy
Yeah.
Sproles. Yeah, I can see him having Derrick Henry and
And then,
Sproles,
yeah.
so they can have something else besides
You gonna wanna
just
run
throwing.
Eckler better than Sproles, though. Eckler is a
I mean Eckler. That's what I meant.
Yeah,
I mean
yeah.
Eckler. Yeah, the same cat to me, but I feel what you're saying.
Yeah. Same,
But no,
just a
no,
better
he's a
version.
better. He is better, but
yeah, but the
they
same,
the same cat.
utility.
Little
Yep.
cats.
Can
They
do
get
it
it.
all.
They can get it. Yeah. I think he'll make a trade like that. Something like
I
that.
think he will get the roster together. Bosa, this in and out game that he plays, I don't know how long that's going to fly with Harbaugh.
Well, the whole year
Because Khalil Mack balled this year.
we started it late in the, we started our podcast late in the year, but the whole year we always said when we were talking about it, the AFC got 20 teams. 20 teams.
Yeah.
NFC got 3 teams.
that's true.
That's not going to change next year.
Maybe 5 if we add Green Bay and Detroit. Right? Because we thought Dallas,
I'll
San
give
Francisco, and
Detroit.
Philly.
I'll give Detroit. I don't know if I can give Green
Well,
Bay.
I'm saying, if we add them 5, we thinking. Because we were thinking San Francisco, Dallas, Philly. Now you're saying, okay, Detroit.
I think Philly gonna drop off. I give Detroit.
Yeah.
I
So
give
that's
Detroit.
back to
Detroit.
3. And then
Because
if you
Philly's
give
gonna be
me-
average.
If you give me Green Bay, we at maybe 4.
And but this side, the whole North,
The Vikings.
the whole North is vicious, right?
Right.
What, AFC?
Yeah, the whole North.
Yeah.
The whole
Half of the East,
can
right?
give- the
At
whole
least
North
half of
can
the
give you
East, right?
problems.
The whole North.
If Aaron Rodgers comes back, then that's I mean,
At least I said at least half of the
No,
East.
Aaron Rodgers. No, the Jets are going to win 6 or 7 games
No.
at the most.
If Aaron Rodgers plays
With
the whole
Rodgers?
year, if Aaron Rodgers plays the
Stop.
whole year,
He's done.
they gonna win 10 games.
If he plays the whole year, they're going to win 6 or 7 games.
That's a good bet.
That's a
I got
bold
10.
prediction.
Yeah, that's a bold prediction, right?
Yeah.
That's on the board. You
The
know,
North, the South, the South.
Yeah,
on the
I'm
board.
going to put that up there. I'll put
The
it on
South.
board.
No, you can bet it.
Who we got? Who we got?
Oh, you know I'm a
Who's
bet
in the
man.
South?
Yeah.
Tennessee,
You know I'm a bet.
Jacksonville
Over,
definitely
They're
comes
gonna
back because they always do this.
It's like
They
that.
always do that. They
They're 9.5.
they
It's
make
gonna be
it
something like that.
they muck up,
Yeah.
they make it. So Jacksonville will be back probably
Mhm.
with haste because they messed up this year.
Yeah. Houston.
Houston will be back. See what I'm saying? So we're talking about
Indy might be.
right. Indy,
There, you always got to put on your
Their
uniform.
quarterback-
the
entire
West,
season.
the West is the West with KC. So it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy on the AFC side.
Yeah. We don't
Wait.
know what the we don't know about the Raiders, Chargers, and the Broncos, but we know KC is going to be
KC gonna be
strong.
good. I think Chargers. What was
You think the Raiders
the
gonna be-
Raiders? I don't know about.
Yeah, I don't know about any of them teams, but I do know, like you said, there's enough teams in the AFC.
It's too many.
Yeah,
It's too many.
Wow, the NFC is like,
they're just easy.
NFC up for grabs.
yeah. It's
They could be a surprise team, and they could just bum rush the whole NFC.
like Green
That's why.
Bay.
That's how
Green
it's
Bay
done now.
almost. You just have two
the
good
49ers
nights.
are just gonna just come right back and just be in the Super Bowl again.
No, I think they the class of the. But I'm saying you could get a bum rush. 49ers, like I said, all it takes one injury and then they start losing. Really,
Yeah, they lose two guys. They lose two guys and go 6-10. Like,
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like that.
That's true.
But-
that they do that. They did that. It was the COVID year, but they went 6-10.
Yeah.
that could be a team. We don't know. We don't know until next year. Then boom.
Ayuk is talking about not being back, or they're saying that he might not be back.
He needs his
Some
bread.
drama and stuff.
Ayuk,
Where will
is
you go though?
KC.
No.
Ayuk. That's
No
the
way
other
for
guy I
KC.
was gonna say.
Ayuk would be mad at Casey
Why wouldn't he go to KC?
because
He just lost them.
So he's not a 5-year-old. This is about. This isn't a 5-year-old like you beat me up at recess. I don't want to sit next to you. This is like, oh, okay, you got 13
it's
million
like Kyle
for me?
Kuzma. It's like Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah, I'll go
Like
get
Kyle
this
Kuzma
13.
saying, "I'm not going to Dallas earlier this week." You heard about that?
Big difference though. That's NBA. But yeah, I know what you're saying.
but you know why he didn't go? Why he said, "I'm not going to Dallas"?
Why?
Why?
Because he averaged 25 right now in Washington. They only won 9 games, right? So he get, how many shots? How many shots he get up?
Probably all of them.
About 23 a
He
game.
go to Dallas. How
He go
many
to Dallas.
shots he get?
5.
Yeah.
That's why they got PJ Washington in them.
I don't know. Why
But
not.
Ayuk, no, if he
Ayuk
goes to
go
Kansas
over there.
City, he gonna get a lot of catches in KC.
No.
Yeah.
Look how many targets Kadarius Toney was getting.
They're dropping the ball.
And drop it.
Right. So if that was Ayuk and he's catching it, you're gonna get 6-7 targets a game. You catch 4. You get 1,100 yards on 70 catches. 60
I don't know if they can pay for him either, though.
That's if they can.
They're not gonna pay for Brandon Ayuk though, because they want to keep both of their defensive players. So
How much better? Well,
They need a
I ain't
receiver.
mad at Boyd.
They
That's what
could
I'm
draft a receiver though.
Like, well,
I mean, it's,
everybody says
they got the
it's
right
all
shit.
these receivers, and then they get in the league, and then they get sick.
Yeah.
The lights get there. Boom, boom, boom. All this stuff happens.
Right. The coverage is tighter.
Yeah.
Yes.
They need me to step up.
The ball's getting thrown too fast. Huh?
They need me to step up. I might put the pads on, bro.
Get out
Hey, you want me to call for KC? Man? We can put on our what's
Put it
called
on.
that agent hat.
KC, call the GOG. Get in touch.
we got you, son.
I'll be working with him all summer, bro. We ready, bro.
Don't worry about signing bonus. He worked for McDonald's.
We got one.
He over here doing the John Morant workout right now with his little sister. His vertical went from 37 to 45. So, right? You get that speed up. We get you over there.
What burger you had?
The mac and cheeseburger.
That was the last burger. It's
That's the
no
last
more
burger you
mac
can
and
have,
cheese.
right? After
So,
this is the last burger you can ever have.
Yeah, KC,
Rocky
if you're watching,
asparagus.
that was the last burger.
You don't have no right.
It's all carrots and whatever. What was Rocky eating?
Broccoli,
Raw
raw
eggs.
eggs.
He said don't
eggs.
eat broccoli. The broccoli ain't even a real thing. You gotta eat. You gotta eat this watermelon. You gotta eat the watermelon and stuff.
Lightning
like that.
and crap thunder. That's what Rocky was doing.
Green apples, watermelon, and cantaloupes and stuff, juice and all that. Spinach.
Or they could draft.
Yeah.
With these deep receiver drafts, it's good if you're late because out of these 6-7 receivers, only 3 or 4 of them gonna work out. And you just want to have one of them.
What about this? Your boy in Minnesota, he ain't happy.
Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, he said,
Oh yeah.
I ain't signing nothing.
Yeah.
He said, you know who the quarterback gonna be because I'm not playing for that.
You don't
He
want
ain't
to
waste no time.
I mean, Kirk might not even be there, and he hurt. He got to work with a
Kirk
backup.
back. That's why I asked about
He got to work with a backup and all that. He said, I'm not signing nothing. He can end up getting moved, which would be bad for Minnesota because they can get a lot of pieces for him.
I guess.
Nah, just
But isn't this his? He would have to get
Fourth
signed.
This is 4th year.
His 5th year coming up.
But
So if they, I mean,
now you pay money. Now you get rid of it. Just hey.
so now
Hey,
we're
look,
saying
hey,
get rid of them guys.
One of them gotta go.
Okay, there we go.
Which one?
So now that it's Justin Jefferson and not
Oh,
T. Higgins,
hey. It's over with then.
somebody got to go.
But then that's also a problem for the rest of the league.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If they get Justin Jefferson,
Huh? If he go to KC, it's a problem for the rest of the league.
Oh, but is he actually going to KC? So really,
You wouldn't pay if you was KC GM. You wouldn't be the first one to call.
I mean,
Mahomes got 37% of the salary cap. He gonna have another 15%.
Mahomes got so much cash now. He be like, man, you don't even got to pay me.
yeah, he could read.
Let's move this money here, there, and there.
Yeah,
Justin
because
Jefferson.
Players
No.
ain't gonna let him do it.
No one
No, he
player.
already got paid. He good. He can readjust his.
They'll let him
He can
restructure
readjust.
because it's gonna.
Right.
Yeah, but
He
they
can
ain't gonna let
restructure.
him take less
Yeah,
money.
there you go.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that, crew.
They ain't gonna take him less. They can't take. He can't take
No,
less.
because that'll just like they'll be at his house though.
But he can restructure, and that's what he'll do.
Only running backs can take less money and nobody says anything.
Yeah.
But anybody else, it'll be a problem.
Man, and that's how it gets dropped lower and lower,
Yeah.
bro. That's horrible.
Le'Veon Bell, seriously, I think he was getting paid more than the running backs today. Like when he was.
wasn't he asking for more money too?
He
He
wasn't
signed
on
his
the break.
Jets contract.
They
How
should
many-
His Jets contract was
That
bigger
was
than
my favorite Steelers team. Like I love Antonio Brown,
How you
Le'Veon
even
Bell.
like the Steelers thing?
Big Ben.
Because I was playing Madden. I was playing Madden, right?
they never made the Super Bowl.
Everybody likes the Steelers. The
I played
colors
Madden,
alive.
I couldn't play offense. I get over with the Steelers. I can run the ball automatically. I can throw it to Antonio Brown, Martavis Bryant. It's over. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I forgot about Brian. They had
And it was nice. That's all I can say.
They had no defense.
That's all you have to say. That's it. That's all you have to say.
Hey, Browns fans, watch the GOG. We're going to put his real name out there. We're going to put him on camera, and I'm going to bring this up so your Browns fans know.
No, I ain't even a Browns fan, but don't put yourself out there talking about you like
Too late.
Like
It's
this guy.
too
I like that
late.
team.
He was just joking.
That was a nice team.
Nah, see,
Man,
he
man.
just doubled down.
That's all
He
it is.
double time.
Everybody liked that team. Though. Everybody liked that team.
And I think I had both of them in fantasy too.
No,
Yeah.
It was crazy.
no.
I'm getting money in fantasy.
No.
Why Pittsburgh receivers go
I gotta
crazy
get
after a
the
while?
I haven't
Last
seen
10
that one
years.
day, really.
They have
Martavis,
challenges. Let's not say they go crazy.
Martavis,
Let's not use words
the
like
big- the
that.
big-
I mean, you in a city like
Notre
Cleveland
Dame.
and Pittsburgh, it's easy to go crazy though. Ain't really nothing to do.
Because they crazy
With
when
all
they
that
draft
bread.
them. They just keep it under.
You got a lot of bread. You ate all the sandwiches and sausages you can eat in different places.
Alright.
And you just what else to do, man?
I mean, Buffalo ain't live.
You know what you can do in Cleveland and Pittsburgh and Buffalo and Green Bay? Work on your hands. You can work on your hands. You can be adored by the fans,
Well,
which in LA, they don't even care about football. And then football
They
season is
don't.
the shortest
They
season. You can go to these other cities
But
and then come back. It's warm in August. It's warm in September. It's only going to be cold really November, December, January.
in January,
think about this. Think
And
about
then you
this.
go back out of town.
All the cats they went crazy. I don't think they had a problem with their hands though. That's first off.
No, I'm saying that's what you
Yeah,
can do.
I think they did anyway. But what y'all have?
Well, I'm talking about like
Yeah,
the
one dude
Ravens
that
of the
went
world
crazy.
and
The shoot. We got one that shot himself. And
listen, let's not talk
you got
about people
one that
going
run up.
crazy.
You got. They just off the hook over there, man. But it's all right.
They
It's
draft
all right.
for talent. So
Y'all got a lot of Super Bowls over
they
there.
draft for talent, like George Pickens now.
Mm-hmm.
They draft for talent. People were saying they wanted him. Why is Tomlin accepting that? Hey,
Pittsburgh gonna be a problem.
6 days later, this dude had 4 catches.
Y'all
for
got a
190.
choice of quarterbacks. Y'all know y'all gonna have a quarterback, right?
Yeah,
Y'all gonna have somebody
I was in
that's different.
Cincinnati.
yep,
Their defense sucks.
yeah. So
They're
they
not
gonna
going to win any games next year.
who? Cincy.
Yeah, they can score all the points in the world. But
Since he
Cincy
scores,
was
he
nice
scores
on
more. They
offense.
score more than they defense. They defense allowed 36, but they score 43.
Nah,
They don't care, bro.
That's
The average defense average is 24. They give up 36. They score 43. You think they care about that 36 they give up?
Hendrickson could have been Defensive Player of the Year.
It
I
could-
think
that was.
I said Miles
that
Garrett
2
should
years
get it
ago?
because he never got it before.
Wait, this year.
But
Henderson?
this year, but
I meant to talk to you about that.
Well,
What happened to your boy? I thought your
Miles
boy was doing
Garrett
it.
did not deserve Defensive Player of the Year, but he been balling for years and never got it.
I think he played so hard.
So it's like, come
before
on,
he
man,
got
give
hurt,
it to him.
and then he played the last couple of games, even when he wasn't supposed to. That
Everybody's
they gave
hurt.
it to him. That they gave it to him.
I feel like you got at some
But
point.
T.J. Watt was going. I thought T.J. Watt went in there with the suit. Thought he was about to. He was like, "I'm about to grab," and they said somebody else's name on it.
TJ
the
like
season, Miles Garrett was going crazy. It was
he was going crazy against
Crazy.
some of the worst offenses in the
You
league.
win games, though. It's all about what.
I mean, yeah.
Who's in front of you?
We
Who's
played
in
with
front of you?
Okay, so
We played on the schedule, you know what I'm saying? So
I get it, but other guys played better teams and had. He had about the 5th or 6th best year out of defensive players in the league. However, he been knocking on the door so long. I feel like you give him one.
It's like
I said that on our show
it's like
in
an
November.
MVP, one of those Embiid MVPs.
Yeah,
I would never. I
just
would.
give him one,
I ain't
man.
giving.
They
I ain't
earned it.
giving away no. You know.
I know
earned
you
one
wouldn't
time
say-
home, but
Yeah, you wouldn't.
if
Crew,
he
what you
deserve
say
it, he
about that?
deserve it.
I think you're right.
I feel like at some point it's like, okay, let him have one.
Yeah, I did see the end of the stats at the end of the year and stuff, you know.
He played horrible, but he also was
Yeah,
hurt.
he didn't get a sack for like 4 or 5 games. So.
You can't if
He
was
wasn't.
hurt, he was hurt.
had no. He had nothing to do with the game. Defensive,
Yeah.
like he did in the first.
First half of the season,
Yeah.
before he got hurt, yeah.
But even in the beginning of the season,
But that could happen even if he wasn't hurt,
mhm.
too.
Yeah.
Though that's
Yeah, 'cause he
that's what
wasn't.
they
We
look
don't know
like.
if
He
he
could
was-
not be hurt and then be what's called. They could. I mean, maybe not an instant. It could
I
happen
mean, even-
anyway. Maybe that's how they was looking at it.
And how hurt was he?
He
'Cause
played.
was
He
playing.
played so well in those first 11 games that he was a defensive. I mean, they could have done that.
I think it was lifetime because even in those first 11 games, I could name guys that were having a better year.
Miles Garrett is a
You know what I'm saying?
super specimen, dog. It's ridiculous how
Trey Hendrickson is not, but he had a better year on the field.
they
But
didn't make the playoffs.
did they make the play? Cincinnati?
Yeah.
Not this year, but they've been to Super Bowls and he didn't make it. He didn't
Well,
get
what I'm
Defensive
saying
Player of
is,
the Year.
I-
He had that. He had
The
a
Browns wouldn't have made the playoffs if it wasn't for them guys, though. For that cat.
for Miles Garrett.
Yeah,
man,
he won 2 games. He literally won 2 games for him.
He did win 2 games. That was crazy.
Which games did he win?
That's early in the year, wasn't it?
Yeah, he won.
Yeah.
He won 2 games for him. For
He
real.
won the
Cardinals game?
Indianapolis game.
When they gave up 38 points. So
It
we
don't
gonna
matter how
say
he
he-
won.
He blocked the field goal and got a safety.
and they
Yeah,
gave
he
up
don't- he
38.
don't play. But
And they gave
but
up
he won the
38
game. But he
points.
won the game though for him.
TJ won games for Pittsburgh where they didn't give up 38 points.
I mean, yeah,
He was
that's
supposed to
the
be
whole
one on
unit.
two,
The
though.
whole unit is just was playing better than our unit. You know what I'm saying? But Miles Garrett
I'm just
himself,
saying.
you know,
Like I said, I would have voted for him just because he hasn't had one.
Over DJ Watt?
Yeah, because TJ got one.
how many did he have? Just one.
TJ got it in 2021.
How many votes did Bland get? DeJuan Bland.
I don't know.
He had
I
on
think he was
touch
third or
pick
fourth.
sixes.
The most pick sixes
Yeah.
ever.
And the other dude that
5
got
or
hurt
6,
had on
didn't
interceptions.
Yeah.
On down
He made All Pro too.
old
Did he?
boy's brother.
He made first team All Pro. Think about this. He made first team All Pro.
Who did?
Bland.
Yeah.
The cat that he replaced who's hurt
Was all
was first team All Pro.
Yeah.
The cat he played with been first team All Pro all his
All
life.
his life.
And they over there with so You know, one
So
of
when
them,
they
one
all
of them gone because the older dude gonna be gone next year. They were talking about where he gonna go. They said he might end up in Indianapolis.
He was talking about Diggs.
He was talking about
that had all them picks
He wants to stay.
in years past.
Yeah, he had some
Yeah.
picks this year. Then
They got-
Blaine had all them picks.
They got Bland and Diggs. They don't need the old man.
They not gonna throw one of them in the slot. They're not slot corners like that.
I say this,
It's not like,
man.
man, you can't just put that.
If Dallas has everything, they'll still figure out a way to lose.
This is the old man in me. We've seen dudes have these hot years. Like he had all those pick sixes. A lot of them weren't in coverage. Some of them were the ball just boom. Like he throwing to the tight end on a crossing route. I'm over here, and the ball like Larry Brown in the Super
like
Bowl.
Larry Brown.
So
I look.
And
I
Washington.
gotta see this dude cover some people before I
True,
can
true.
anoint him. That's all I'm saying.
But he made his money in
Exactly.
In 1 year,
In 1
and he
year,
did.
but he not.
He gonna
better
be an
than
icon.
Stephon
He gonna
Gilmore.
be a Dallas icon for the rest of his life.
He's gonna be a trivia question in about 10 years from now.
5,
Trivia
6,
question.
5 or 6. What do you get? 5 or
Yeah,
or
6.
6
Six pick six. So
Wait,
he's gonna be a
pick
trivia
six?
question.
for a pick 6.
They were probably on some bad teams too, you know.
And this is why they gonna
Dallas
lose because
was,
they
They
gonna
gonna
get
get
rid
two
of the one
against
dude that can
Washington.
cover, and then they gonna have these pump fake jumps. So now they can do a pump fake to one side. They gonna be jumping. It's gonna be a touchdown up here. Pump fake the other side. All they do Diggs and old boy is jump routes.
yeah,
Diggs.
That's all they do is jump routes.
Yeah, Diggs
Yeah.
jumps.
He jump routes.
And if you ain't there, if that pressure ain't there,
They jumpy. They
it's
jumpy.
gone. You gone.
Toasted.
They jumpy.
Yeah, there were some guys I thought. You know what? In the NFL awards this year, I thought so many people got slighted, but so many people deserved to win that it was like, what do you do?
It was a good season.
What do you do? Coach of the year. They gave it to Stefanski. D'Amico Ryans any other year wins Coach of the Year. But what do you do? I would have said we got 2 winners, but
No, D'Amico Ryan. I'm with you on that.
you know, I mean, who do you
Yeah,
pick?
you
Next year,
Stefanski
we're
lost
gonna have the
everybody.
GOG. We're gonna have the GOG. We're gonna have all the awards. We doing our GOG thing.
DOG
Yeah,
awards.
GOG
awards.
awards, bro.
Maybe Friday because I miss football, but
Preseason award.
no, next year we're gonna do that.
Preseason award. The way too early award.
Yeah,
We're gonna have our preseason GOG and what's called because some of them Hey, first of all, we still need to get to this episode because we gotta talk about these hip hop rappers.
listen,
we gotta get to that joke.
Let's do that
because
Friday.
It's football's over.
let's do that
It's
Friday.
time to talk about basketball and other things.
But let's do that Friday because it's
do that.
All-Star Week, so it's no basketball this weekend.
You right.
Let's
It's all for a
do
weekend this weekend.
yeah.
Mm.
Let's do top 5.
You get one.
Rappers
You
and
get one
beats?
veto. How many vetoes you get? One veto?
Yeah, each one of us get one.
I can veto a veto.
No, you can veto
Hey,
a
yo,
pick.
let me veto a veto. I'm
If you,
a veto a veto.
wait a minute. If that's your veto, you can use it.
Yeah.
I like that. So if you use your veto to veto a veto,
Veto a veto.
so if
man.
I say I veto MC Milk and you say I veto that,
I
then
veto that. He but what?
then
You
MCMI.
Right.
Me and Oakwood Crew gonna come with the old school. You already know.
Gus,
that.
look, Top Billing. We were listening to Top Billing with your boy right now. He got a podcast called Top Billing because of MC Milk and them cats.
Oh, that's the name of it?
Yeah.
Come on, Bill.
Bill Bellamy, Top Billing, yeah. Bill, Top Billing, right?
Yeah.
MC, he started with MC's alive and he called me Milk.
We doing it. Stay tuned and listen. Next episode of GOG, it's gonna take the whole hour and 15 minutes. But we are doing. Will we? So here's the prediction.
What we doing, top 10 or top 5?
Top 10.
Okay, yeah. Top
Will
10.
we be able to come to a consensus top 10 in an
Well,
hour
one
and 15
veto.
minutes?
Top 10, you need 2 vetoes.
2 vetoes.
2 vetoes, top 10.
What do you say? Do you think we can do it, new and improve?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we ain't going by order then. We just putting 10.
We just putting 10.
Yeah.
We'll do the order
You
in
can do the
another
order. You
episode.
can order them later. We got to put
We
10
gotta
in
put 10.
off 2 vetoes.
Because milk beef is cold.
You get 2 vetoes. Everybody gets 2 vetoes.
He said
Everybody.
I can only have 2 videos for rappers over.
Ah. If you listen to him, if I know you listen to him, I can veto his veto on the veto. Because
You can get
I put him on.
exemption.
I put him on the veto. I put him on the game.
See, in the financial world, in some contracts, we can call that an amendment.
Good
See,
minute.
we can amend your veto rules if somebody can co-sign that you know this rapper.
Mm-hmm. So like you see.
Hey, if I know you listen to it, I'm gonna give you something you probably can't. You can't speak on no early.
But I already have a like seriously.
Some of the stuff. Hey,
I did top 30. Now this was any genre, and it just worked out that 26 of mine were hip hop. But I did top 30 out. My top 30 favorite albums. I had over 100 on my list.
Damn.
what if? Hey,
So I had to break those down into 30. It's hard to get
It
to
is.
10.
I'm gonna tell you, some of my albums had nothing to do with my top 10 list. Though.
Exactly.
There's some cats that had incredible albums, and
But
they
you
ain't
wouldn't.
in my top 10. But yeah, we get mine.
The Chronic, but nobody from that album would be in my top 10 MCs.
Both Chronics. You gotta put them together.
Chronics. But Dre would, if I did top 5 producers, Dre would make it. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
So we gonna do Crew. What did you say? Beats,
Top 10 beats. That's the coldest one.
That's hard because
beats, MCs. First, we're gonna do MCs. That's this Friday. We're gonna attempt to get.
we'll
top
try to get
10
we try to get 10 on
MCs.
there.
Then we'll come back with the order later. We got a whiteboard over here. It's gonna be real old school.
Hey, we gotta weigh our stuff.
And we're gonna weigh in. But we're gonna use that for the MCs. Before we go,
Power season finale, dog. What happened, man?
that was fire.
Damn.
If you guys don't watch Power, so this is Raising Kanan, Power Book 3.
Right.
It was fire. Kanan came of age.
You told me. Yeah, you told me. Yeah. I remember I told you I don't think he. I think his naive to certain things helps him. I ain't see him over there playing no boy like that.
I didn't either. I knew something was up because he was heated at him,
He was pissed.
but he didn't show his hand.
You know what I thought was gonna happen? I thought Famous was gonna do something because you know how they
Me
started
too,
going
'cause he
on
kept
and
punking.
like, but he got caught up on the bug. I thought Famous was gonna be like, man, no, this ain't nothing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do it again. You ain't just going. But they set that joint up so perfectly.
That was one of my favorite endings. Like, I would put that in top, whatever, 150. That ending was crazy. And then the whole
Omar
thing
gone
with-
too.
Yeah. Unique being
And
alive.
Unique came back.
That was wild. That was wild.
I guess Unique was like, he knew he was different though. I kind of get it, but I still feel like I would have to do it. I wouldn't have let Kanan do that. See what I'm saying?
I don't know if he thought Kanan was. I think that surprised everybody. When Kanan
I think
shot.
that was I think the whole setup was.
You think the mom? I don't
I
think
think
his
that-
mom was in on it.
You don't think I think the whole thing was set up. I
Okay.
think he knew that old boy was gonna shoot him, but I don't think that they knew that they were gonna shoot the cop.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the only thing that threw everything off. I think that whole thing was set up perfectly, but they didn't know they was gonna shoot Omar, and they had to cover all bases because Omar was gonna eventually be over here like he the one that did all, you know what I'm saying? Trying to tell his
Exactly.
brothers
Try
like
to
that.
give up. What's his name? Not Lou, but Marvin.
But if you take the perspective of here's the money, and you don't know that Kanan to go shoot the boy, that happens first, and then she does. Then that's a whole. But Oh boy coming. Oh boy gonna make sure he dead anyway. He alive. She know he there, unless he was there. Cause they did leave.
Right. I don't think they knew he was there.
What if you don't know?
I don't think anybody knew that Unique was there.
See, if you say that, I'm thinking that she knew.
Okay, because that would be dope to set up next season.
I'm thinking she knew,
Is it gonna be a next season?
That's a good question.
and she
I thought it
asked.
was over.
Well, why no? He ain't growing up.
I mean, that's a good point though, because they've
No,
had
Ghost.
3 seasons, right?
But he ain't met Ghost.
He didn't meet Ghost.
This whole thing, the whole thing is about Ghost. It's from Ghost, and Ghost was raised by Kanan, and Kanan ain't even met Ghost and Tommy yet. That was his underlings. That's how they got put on. So he said now he got to meet Ghost and Tommy in school, and then put them on. So that's a couple more seasons left of that.
And they showed that if you go back to the last episode of Power, the book 1, and after Power ended, they showed that there were going to be spinoffs. And one of the scenes they showed was a school bell ringing and a bunch of people walking out of school.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
So I'm thinking that that's
they
going
had
to be part of it.
That'd be slick.
But if nobody know he alive, what's his plan?
Right. How is he coming back?
Because he ain't mad. He wasn't mad that his brother got murdered. He was like, well,
he killed me or tried to kill me.
wow. See, that's like the football season, man. That ain't coming out to next year around this time. We gonna get through the whole football season before they start Power Book that one.
But we do have BMF coming up, and then we have Ghost Power Book 2 coming up.
Yeah,
soon.
two is riding out.
2 is riding out, I think, in May or June.
And Tommy coming back around. Man.
Yeah, then Tommy will come back around like August, September.
Wow.
What's the closing thoughts? So we done took you through another episode. Thank you for joining the GOG. And you know what we're doing Friday. We're going to be up. It's going to be some heated discussions. We got a young dude with I can't wait to hear who he tries to put in there. Because it's going to be some people that we wouldn't think of. A lot of our viewers will agree. But any final words? What's the bet of the day, Oakwood crew?
What we're gonna do Friday is give you some Saturday bets so you can make some money for watching GOG. By the time you see this, the basketball games today gonna be already cooked. But Friday we'll have some picks for Saturday, so you can get them in on your apps or however you choose to make your wagers.
Cheers. That's all I have to say. Great football season. Congratulations to Kansas City. And my heart goes out to the kids and everybody that got shout out to KC.
Stop shooting.
Yeah, man. We gotta stop shooting.
Yeah.
We gotta stop shooting up. But it's the GOG, baby. One time.
We out.